How's it going, guys? Today I want to go over another leak code question. Today our question is called range sum of BST, and this is a question that's currently being asked by Amazon right now. Alright guys, today our question is called range sum of BST. Again, it's a question that's being asked by Amazon right now, and our problem description says, given the root node of a binary search tree, return the sum of values of all nodes with values between L and R inclusive. The binary search tree is guaranteed to have unique values. Okay, so just from that problem description, all we're saying is we're given a left bound and a right bound in terms of integer values that we want to look for, and any node that has a value that falls between those two ranges, inclusive, we want to add to a running sum, and then return that sum once we've traversed all the different nodes in the tree. Great. So now to walk through a quick example. If we're given the root of a binary search tree and the tree is represented here, and our left bound is 7 and our right bound is 15, we'd want to return 32. And so the reason for that is because we're going to walk through this tree. We're going to say any value that's between 7 and 15 inclusive, we want to add to a running sum. So we'd see 10, we'd add it. We'd see 15, we'd add it, because again, it's inclusive, right? Even though it falls on our bound, it's inclusive of R, so we're going to add it, so now we're at 25. And then we see 7, and again, 7 is inclusive, so we say 25 plus 7. We get 32, and then we're not going to add something like 18, right, because 18 is outside of our right value. So again, we just return 32 because that's the sum of all the values of all the nodes in the tree who have values between L and R, which are 7 and 15 in this case, inclusive again. So now example 2, we're going to do the exact same thing, right? Our bounds are 6 and 10, so we're going to add 10, we're not going to add 5, we're not going to add 15, we're going to add 7, so now we're at 17. We're not going to add 13, not going to add 18, not going to add 1, not going to add null, because there's no node there, right? We're going to add 6, so now we get 17 plus 6, and we're going to get 23 as our final output. Great, so hopefully that makes sense now that we walked through a couple of examples, and they just tell us two quick notes here. One, that the number of nodes in the tree is at most 10,000, and two, that the final answer is guaranteed to be less than 2 to the 31st power, which is basically just telling us that our sum will definitely fit within an integer range. Okay, so first, before we even start talking about our logic, sometimes I just like to get out some error checking. So very quickly, we know we're going to need a sum, right? So let's just make a sum that's going to be 0 to begin with because we haven't added any values to it. And then we can just quickly check if our root is null, meaning we don't actually have a tree here, we could just return our sum, which would be 0. Okay, so that's simple enough. So that's just saying if we don't have a tree, let's return a sum of 0 because we haven't added any values to our sum. Great, so now let's talk about our actual logic. How do we do this? So the first thing that's important to realize is we need to traverse this tree somehow, and we need to make sure that we touch all nodes in the tree, because it's possible that we get a tree where all the values in the tree are actually within our different bounds. So we definitely need to traverse the tree. We definitely need to traverse the tree in its entirety in the worst case. So how can we do that? So now I'm just thinking about tree traversals. Let's do something like BFS, right? A BFS will guarantee us that we're actually going to touch every single node in our tree. And basically, while we're doing that BFS, we could just modify it to add to our sum value, right, or our sum variable, any node value who falls between our left bound and our right bound inclusive. So that's the approach we're going to take here. We're going to do a BFS to traverse the entire tree. We're going to modify our BFS to only add to our sum if the current node's value is within our left and right range. So let's start doing that. So to do that, we're going to need a queue, right? So a BFS, we use a queue, and our queue is going to store tree nodes. We're going to call this queue equals new linked list. Great, and now we definitely have a node, right? So we need to start processing that node and any children inside, or that follow, or any descendant that follows that root if it falls within our different criteria. So let's add to our queue our root. Great. So now to do our BFS, we're going to say, while our queue is not empty, we have some sort of processing to do. And what that really translates to is that if we have anything in our queue, we need to do some kind of work, right? So while our queue is not empty, we have nodes to process. And now this is actually where we want to check our condition, right? So let's first get the node that's in our queue, right? So that's the simplest saying, tree node. Our current node is going to be equal to our queue.remove. So again, if we go into this loop, we definitely have a node to process, so we could definitely say queue.remove here. So let's just grab the current node that's in our queue, and now that we have a reference to current, now we could start asking the question, is the current node's value within our range? And if it is, we want to add it to our sum. So let's add a conditional here. So if current value is greater than or equal to L, right? So it has to be greater than or equal to L, but it also has to be less than or equal to R. So we'll say, and current value is less than or equal to R, then that means it falls within our range. So we want to add to our sum current value. Great. Now that we've actually taken the current node, right? So the very first iteration, this is going to be like we're looking at the root. And now we're looking at the root and maybe we have or have not added its value. And now we just want to check, okay, do we have a left child to traverse? And if we do, should we even bother going there based on the value of our current node? And similarly, if we do have a right child as well, we want to ask the same kind of question. Do we have a right child? And should we actually go there based on the current node's value? So we're going to say if current.left is not equal to null. So again, it's saying if the root has a left child and the current value is greater than L, right? Meaning that there could exist a node in the tree whose value to the left of us is smaller than the current value, but it's still within the range of L, right? If there's that possibility, we need to check that. So we need to add to our queue current.left. And now we want to do the exact same thing, but for the right side, right? So if current.right is not equal to null and current value is sorry. So if the current nodes, if current.right is not null and current value is less than R, right? Then that means there could exist a node to the right of us. Because this is a BST, we know that the current thing or the node to the right of us has to be greater than or equal to our current node, right? So if the current value is less than R, there could exist a node to the right of us whose value is still greater than the current value, but it could also be less than R. So we need to make sure that we check that node as well. So we'll say queue.add current.right. And so now actually, once we've gone through this entire while loop, we actually will have processed any and all nodes that we need to, and we will have checked one, should we add their node, the value to our sum? And then also, should we add the left child and the right child to the current node? So when this loop actually terminates here on line 30, hopefully all we'll actually have to do, if we've written this code correctly, is return our sum. So now to quickly talk about our time and space complexity. Our time complexity is going to be O of n, right? O of n being the number of nodes in our tree, because again, we just said that in the worst case, all the nodes inside of our tree are going to be within our left and right bounds, and therefore we will actually be traversing all of those different nodes, so we could say that the runtime is O of n. And again, for the space complexity, it's also going to be O of n because we're potentially storing all these different nodes in our queue. So now let's just run this code and make sure that it works. Awesome, and it does. So guys, that's how to solve range sum of BST in Java. Again, it's a question that's being asked by Amazon right now. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, do me a favor and leave the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Put 100 bands in a bag. Put up in the ghost with a roof hat. Gucci from my toe to my do-rag. Walk in my fan. Came in a two-door fountain. Walk in my fan. Lil' Perk really got a bounce. Lean in my fountain. Came in a two-door fountain. Walk in my fountain.